They say podcasts are going to replace books. I don't know about that, but I do think TRS Clips will assist your learning process. Do you wish to talk about George W. Bush?
Well, George W. Bush has been one of the most entertaining presidents of the US. Bill Clinton was the red-blooded Democrat, but George W. Bush was the gaffe-prone president. Really funny guy, unintentionally. So, yeah, he came to power after George W. Bush. Which year was it? 2000. And it was a very, very, very narrow election victory against Al Gore. It went down to the wire. But eventually George W. Bush Jr. Came to power, and he spent the first few months playing golf and doing whatever.
And then 9/11 happened.
And then 9/11 happened. Those planes flew themselves apparently into the World Trade Center towers. Terrible night. I remember it very vividly because I kind of saw it almost live. The second plane. So yeah, so that happened. And so that's when George W. Bush had to man up, become the president finally. And he said that we're going to smoke them out. You're either with us or against us. He launched an invasion of Afghanistan first. And Pakistan was the linchpin behind that invasion. It all went through Pakistan. Yeah.
I got to stop this conversation for just a bit. Have you seen the Netflix documentary on 9/11? So it's called Turning Point 9/11. Very heavy watch where they have actual witness accounts, etc. Makes you really understand the gravity of how intense that terrorist attack was.
Oh yeah.
We had a pretty intense terrorist attack back in 2008 in India.
Yes.
The 26/11 attack. This was also very brutal in its own way. In saying that, and I'm trying to say this in the most empathetically aware state of mind. There are conspiracy theories spoken about all over the world that possibly even this was an orchestrated attack to be able to fuel or hasten up the next big geopolitical move. Yeah. And I know this is a very controversial statement. And I say this with deep empathy as well as sensitivity to the situation. But I would also like to have a bit of a commentary on this angle. Do you have anything to say so?
Yes, so many people, they would be termed conspiracy theorists. They have alleged that maybe this was an inside job. Some people have claimed, I've seen this in various documentaries at some point in time, that there were those demolition charges were placed in the building, and when it came down, it was like a controlled demolition. The building did not come down at an angle; it came down like as if it was a controlled demolition. That's what they have alleged. Some people said there was another building right next to the World Trade Center towers that also came down mysteriously for no reason whatsoever. Then they say that when the Pentagon was hit, where is the evidence of the plane? You don't see a single engine. You don't see any superstructure of the tail or whatever, any wings. You just see a destroyed building. When it comes to the other flight that went down in a field, you don't see any trace of an aircraft. When an aircraft crashes for whatever reason, you see traces of aircraft parts. Engines typically, wings, windows, you would see luggage, you would see bodies of people. There was nothing there. So these are some claims people have made. And from the photographs, it looks like they are accurate claims. So the question truly is, what really happened? Now, I am not one of those people who claim that this is true because I don't have sufficient evidence to prove it this way or that way. So I think one would have to stick with the official theory, or the official claim is that there were 4 planes. 2 at the World Trade Center towers, 1 at the Pentagon, and 1 went down in a field because the people wrestled the pilots down and they made the plane crash. So yeah, there is a lot of ambiguity. The Pentagon doesn't show any images. The photographs of the Pentagon don't show any evidence of a plane there. There's even a video, a static camera video, closed circuit TV camera or whatever, which captured the moment of impact. You just see a big orange explosion. You don't see any plane there. So that's kind of very, very perplexing. Again, in the field, there's no plane debris. There's just a big hole in the ground which is burned up. So kind of makes you wonder what it is. But there's not sufficient evidence to prove that something else happened. But yeah, some people claim it's an inside job, and who knows?
Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the entire episode and also check out this playlist that we've curated just for you.